All right, folks, it's panel time again. We should have a little bell. Ding, 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 ding. Panel time again on the Steve Malzberg Show. Two segments because you asked for it, so you got it. Joining us once again is our friend Peter Morici, University of Maryland professor, economist, and Newsmax contributor, and Seton Motley, the founder of Less Government. Gentlemen, welcome back. Let me start with something that Michelle Obama said to the kids at the egg roll at the White House. Last hour we talked about Barack Obama's 2 for 22 shooting from the basketball court during the egg roll. Well, Michelle Obama said splurging is the key to life if you regularly eat right and stay active, and she admitted her guilty pleasure is French fries. She said, how would you appreciate vegetables if you never had chocolate? You couldn't live without a little chocolate and a little French fries. I don't know. Is this, you think, a direct result of some of the criticism she's been taking? You know, there are schools all over the country that have opted out of these federal standards that some blame on Michelle Obama. How accurate that is, I don't know. And maybe a little softening of her tough food image here, guys?
Well, I don't know whether it's a toughening of her soft food image, but it makes sense. You don't know this, Steve, but I was once a much bigger man. I weighed 30 pounds more than I do now on my small frame, and it wasn't very healthy. And over a period of 2 years, I cleaned up and lost a lot of weight, went to the gym and got on a low-fat diet and stayed there forever. But I have to tell you, every now and then, a nice big piece of chocolate cake, or maybe once a week ice cream. And when I have ice cream, chocolate syrup with, you know, the whole works, isn't going to kill you. And in a way, it does keep you on the healthy straight and narrow. So, you know, I'm kind of with Michelle on this one. And I don't know that we need to decipher every sentence that she utters or he utters, although they sure do tempt us with their inclination to make everything possible political.
Well, that's true, I guess. Seton, what's your take on the splurging comment?
Well, once upon a time, I was a personal trainer and I did nutritional analysis, and she's about as ill-informed on this as anybody on the planet. These school guideline meals, you get the same caloric intake if you're an offensive lineman on the football team and if you're the head cheerleader on the top of the pyramid. These are ridiculous dietary standards and dietary recommendations. She doesn't know what she's talking about. She's certainly not an incredible specimen herself. I hate to be crass, but just leave us alone with this garbage. You know.
Are you feeding your dog enough? It sounds to me like your dog is objecting to this discussion.
have the gardener.
Maybe a little Alpo who'll fix him up good.
Yeah, I apologize. I moved the dog to the other side of the room, but he's a loud one.
That's all right. That's all right. I got one at home too.
Yeah, it's a puppy too. It's a Yorkshire Terrier puppy. Anyway,
oh, very nice.
He's a great dog. He just needs to be trained a bit. He's too young to go to school yet. But anyway,
You say that about your wife. That's a great way to get in trouble.
Yes, that's true. But look, she doesn't. She's dived into something she doesn't know a whole lot about, and she keeps proselytizing on it, and it's really absurd. And like I said, the one-size-fits-all school meal is really, really dangerous for a lot of kids who, you know, are used to eating 6,000 or 7,000 calories just to maintain if they're playing football or something equally as physical. So it's just leave us alone, please.
All right, let me you know, by the way, yesterday was my birthday, so I splurged. I had a small ice cream sundae. Funny story. We went to this. We went to one ice cream specialty place, which the line is usually around the block. They were closed for Easter. We went to a Carvel. They were closed for Easter. And then we went to another place, which I will. Yeah, but then get this. Then we went to another place that was open, which I will not name for obvious reasons here. And we're getting the ice cream, and my son says, "Dad, look, there was a roach on the counter." He says, "Should we get it?" I said, look, the roach can't be in the ice cream. They'll die. So we're not touching the counter. Let's just get it and forget about it. It was just one of those things. I don't even know why I'm telling you this, but it just sticks in my mind. The one time I want to splurge, there's a roach on the counter. But ananyway, let me ask you guys about this.
In some countries.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, folks, you know, we talk about this from time to time, not you and I, gentlemen, but I do on this show. There's a new report out, you know, which states the obvious, that the civilian world is not ready for a massive EMP-caused blackout. We're not ready for any massive blackout, whatever it's caused by, cyber attack, physical attack, anything. And let me ask you this, Peter. How much is the business world concerned about this, or the academic world concerned about this, or talking about this?
Well, the business world is concerned about power outages and blackouts and things like that, and goes to great lengths to back up systems that are necessary for the smooth functioning long term, records that can't afford to be lost, and things of that nature. Universities are pretty tight places that way. You know, I'm almost afraid to say this, but when was the last time you heard of a major university getting hacked and bogus diplomas then being issued because of that? We're very tight up, you know, we're very loosey-goosey in a lot of ways and flaky and all that, but we take technology and security awfully seriously because we didn't need to be told by the government that we should be responsible regarding student records and about the integrity of the paper we give out that goes around the world. You know, once you give somebody a diploma or a transcript, he can take it any place, and a lot of people aren't smart enough to check up.
Well, now, Seton, when we come back, we're going to Seton, don't start yet because we don't have time in this segment. When we come back, right in a minute, I want you to follow up on that because I'm sure you'll be talking about it more from a you know, a disaster point of view, because I think all indications are, notwithstanding what Peter said, which is, I'm sure, very accurate, the American public is not ready. And if there's an EMP attack or an extended power outage, people are going to die, lots of them, if we're talking weeks and or months of a power outage. And we keep getting warnings that this could happen, but I don't see anything being done. So stay where you are. We'll come back with Seton Motley, who will weigh in first, and then Peter Morici, as the panel returns on the Steve Malzberg Show, Newsmax Television.
We don't just talk about the news, we talk to those making news. This is the Steve Malzberg Show.